Just a bit on the Black Stars. You led the Black Stars for so many years as chairman for the committee that manages the Black Stars. And that was some of the wonderful years some of us watched our Black Stars achieve so many things. I mean,
Thank you.
I can't recall, because I'm not that old, I mean, I can't recall the last time I saw a Black Stars excite me than that period between 2006 and 2013. That Black Stars unit, or 15 thereabout, was back-to-back World Cups, AFCON, constant, West semi-finals. Finals, we were there twice or so. Semi-finals, a number of occasions, we were there consistently. What did the magic, what were the men like yourself and the others who were involved then doing right to ensure that all that talent, plus of course, egos in the Black Stars team, were able to achieve the results they achieved in those years?
Well, I think quite a number of things, but of course, I would always say it's to the grace of God that we were able to achieve what we achieved. You know, we cannot as men claim everything, take all the glory or whatever it is, but of course, to the extent that we are used as instruments. I believe player quality and player commitment during those times was quite a very key element. You know, there was serious. You know, when we took over, that was you mentioned 2006 to 2030. I will send it back to 2004.
Okay.
Because that's when the 2006 qualifiers started.
Began.
Yeah, and they were for the World Cup in Germany. When we took over, there was quite a lot of despondency in the Black Stars.
We had failed to qualify for the last AFCON 2004.
AFCON 2004. We hadn't qualified for the World Cup before and the rest. And I remember our first assignment. We were going to play against Burkina Faso in Ouaga. That was sometime around the 5th June 2004 or so, We decided to camp at La Pappoe.
Okay.
La Palme Hotel for the first time, because they were previously camping at some other places. Okay. And then after a lot of soul searching, one of our management members, specifically Dr. Kofi Amwa, he came up with this splendid idea that, look, these are players we are bringing on board. When they are in their clubs, they sleep in all the top hotels, they travel business class and the rest, you know, so you can't bring them down here and kind of reduce the standard and expect them to perform. So why don't we change our game? Why don't we up our game? We said, okay. Fortunately, we had a president at the time, President J. Kufuor, who was also a keen football person. And then I think when the recommendations were relayed across through the ministers, Honorable Yosafo Mafo, Obiamwa, and the rest, all the way up, Pappoe Sonkoma and the rest, you know, they actually bought into it. So we went to camp the players at La Palme Hotel. We were to camp for about, I think, 4 or 5 days before moving to Ria. By the third day, we had only 3 players in camp.
Wow.
Yes.
Day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yes,
only 3 players
only
were
3
in camp.
Players, I think it was John Mensah and then the Jam brothers.
Wow.
Yeah, because the players were treating the team as usual. That was, they felt it was the same old thing. And I remember our team manager at that time, the late Alhaji Mekano. I don't know whether you know him, but may so rest in peace. He's really played his part. I remember there was a day I was home and then he called me that he was going to the airport to pick some players who were arriving. He went, I was there when he called me. He said in Ghana, no, we can be a buyer. I'm a phone down. that the West have come and then they didn't really bother. They just sat in their cars and then drove away.
Wow.
So he was literally chasing one of them.
So was it the car that he came with that they didn't like, or because they had their own cars?
No, they were
not
coming to play. In their minds, they were not coming to play for the Black Stars.
Just coming down to
They were just coming down holidays. It was around June.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so.
Wow.
So as in, so where was he? And I said, oh, he was chasing one of them. They were around Kaswara. I said, oh, please, you come back. Don't worry. you don't need to stress yourself, you know. So, so we started making calls here and there. And eventually, I think by the 4th day or so, quite a number came and they turned up. And then we went to Burkina Faso. We had a lot of talking to them. That, look, guys, we are a new team. Over here, we have a different vision and then we have a different way of doing things. And we would expect you to also play your part. They listen to us. They are leaders, Samuel Kufuor, Richard Kinson, Stephen Appiah and the rest, they really, I'm sure they decided to give us a try.
Yeah.
And then finally went to play the game in Burkina. We lost by 1-0. They played a very, 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 very committed game, very selfless game. That was a game in which Tuga had to play the last 15 minutes with his the shoulder dislocated, and then we played 10 against 11 because we had exhausted our substitution list. The last player came and pulled them also.
Wow.
But we lost by 1-0, and even though we lost, we were satisfied with our performance. And then we came back and continued our next match against South Africa. We ran them down 3-0. That was the first time we beat them.
After having lost to them in 2000.
Bafana. And then, so the camp atmosphere and the rest, I'm sure it made the boys realize that these guys are serious. So after that subsequent call-ups, you say the players should come report by 5 o'clock on so and so day. You'll be in your house when the hotel will call you that it's around 12 or 1. You didn't order for lunch, but there are some players who are exposed.
Oh, wow.
No, it was to that extent, you know. And I think that ran throughout. There was competition because you come in, the president also approved an increase in the
bonuses
and the bonuses and the rest, and then they were getting it. It wasn't, you know, so that's what I'm saying. If you're looking at factors affecting the game, all these play a very big role. And I'm sure that may answer a bit of your question on what kind of person should be the minister, what should be the outlook of the new government or the government towards the team and the rest. Fortunately, President-elect John Mahama has been in that situation before, and then so definitely the players they were committed. We were also fortunate to have gotten some very good coaches who stayed for a relatively long period of time. When we started our campaign, we met Marendo Barreto. He played a game in Burkina Faso, played against South Africa, and then I think he played against Uganda. Then we played against Cape Verde. Against Cape Verde, we won by 2-0, but Ghanaians were very mad. They said we didn't play well, and then they literally hounded the coach out, and then he ran away. So we had to fall on Coach Samadi as a stopgap coach for our game against Congo DR in Kumasi. We drew, I think it was a 0-0 draw. That was the only game we drew at home for quite a period of time. And then we continued. Before we went to Kinshasa for the return leg, we had gotten Ratome Dukovic. He stayed with us throughout to the World Cup and the rest. So we're fortunate, player commitment, long stay of coaches and the rest, positive outlook of the government and then the political leaders. And I would say a huge commitment from our management team and then the GFA and our colleagues here. So